Ghostbusters to me is community.
Okay.
Because it's something that spans ages. Doesn't matter what age you are, doesn't matter what generation you're from, everybody seems to know who Ghostbusters are. And just to see how happy it makes people is more of a reward enough to do all this.
I pledge allegiance to the flag.
So we mentioned that the Ghostbusters fandom is super passionate, and we definitely experienced that in late April. The Tribeca Film Festival's Family Street Fair that they concluded with, we both went to, and they had a major Ghostbusters event. They had these different troops of Ghostbusters cosplayers from New Jersey and all over the Eastern Seaboard.
Yeah.
That was really cool, right? That was fun.
It was insane. They think they had a giant Slimer.
Yep,
that was like
inflatable Slimer.
So you definitely knew when you were in the right place. I think what I really liked is, of course, I'm incredibly nostalgic for anything from the 80s. So for me, they had a booth where they had a lot of the old like 80s toys, like the original Nerf blasters and the power packs and everything, and I remember those because I could never play with them growing up, but I will say that my cousin could. So he had a lot of the guns and he had a lot of the cool toys, and it totally transported me back into the very, very late 80s when I had to have been like in the single digits. For me, the other really amazing, startling thing was to just see how international and beloved the Ghostbusters are still to this day.
What I didn't realize is that there is a chapter of Ghostbusters in every state now.
There's a lot. Yeah, it's big.
That.
We first realized that, I think it was a couple years ago, we did an episode about Ghostbusters from the Hudson River. Yeah. And there were just cosplayers everywhere. And not just the Ghostbusters, but we saw like David Barrett's favorite character. So that's when we started to realize, wow, this is a big deal.
I was speaking to one of the New York Ghostbusters a few minutes ago.
Yeah.
The Italy Ghostbusters are, they really go all around.
Oh my God.
Did you say Italy?
Italy.
Oh wow.
That is so cool.
So
yeah, there was a lot of memorable people that we met. Remember, there were these two people who had these massive proton packs that on them had all different action figures of various characters, and even like I think part of the firehouse was built on someone, the face of the Statue of Liberty that figures in the conclusion of the second movie. The one guy had 2 different autographs by Dan Aykroyd on memorabilia that was built onto his pack. I can't even imagine how heavy they must have been. And he had a video screen too that was actually showing footage from Ghostbusters.
I know, it's amazing the craftsmanship that goes into that. Like, you're literally wearing your fandom on your homemade sleeves.
Exactly.
So. How long did it take you to get your costume together?
The worst part was doing the proton pack.
Okay.
The proton pack took over 6 months to do, and that's only because of finding vintage 80s electronic parts.
Jeez, now where did you go to find those?
eBay. Okay. eBay is your best friend.
Oh my God, isn't it wonderful? It's like a flea market specifically for the 80s, but online.
Exactly.
Looks like you got quite the ensemble going on here.
Thank you.
Yeah.
This one woman is dressed, I always mess up the name. It's not Zool, because that's who Dana gets possessed by. It's Gozer. It's like the Sumerian god that comes back. That's kind of weird, androgynous looking.
Rocking that amazing 80s haircut.
Big 'em hard! Ready! Let's show this prehistoric bitch how we do things downtown.
Can you explain just on camera why you have a little terror dog that's a
Why
bag?
I have a little terror dog? Because when I was making this costume, I put it all together and realized I didn't have pockets in it, and so I had to make a bag of some kind to hold my camera and cheese.
Oh wow, that's functional and
so
fashionable.
great.
This was 11 hours just on the material.
Oh wow.
And another character that she does is Vigo, the big bad from the second movie.
Okay.
And she said that people couldn't necessarily place who she was, but once she started to carry around a baby doll, then they made the connection, because obviously he's obsessed with possessing Sigourney Weaver's baby in the second one. So she told me the story that she was in the village on Halloween night for the big Greenwich Village Halloween parade, dressed as this character, and she saw a woman basically get mugged. She said the only thing she had that she could think of to stop this guy was the baby. So she's like clobbering this guy with the baby until he drops the purse. And she said that all these people came up to her and said, "Oh my God, is the baby okay?" And she said, "Forget the baby, see if she's okay." Because it wasn't even a real baby.
Not a real baby.
Yeah.
Now, what did it take for you to get your car to look like that?
This is my brother's car. I'm just tagging along.
Okay. Well, did you drive up in it?
Yeah.
Yeah, how was that? Did you get a lot of horn honks?
Oh, yeah.
must have.
Lots of pictures, hard honks. But it's so much fun. We love it.
Okay, so what do you think the major offense of most ghosts are?
Most offensive ghost?
Well, I mean, the one, like, what do they do that's like the most criminal that you gotta go bust them? Was it drug smuggling? Ghost trafficking?
It's sort of people's homes unannounced.
Also, there's some element of education. I know that the Big Apple Ghostbusters are very into doing educational outreach, both with promoting literacy with like fun, spooky books, and also they do a slime making workshop. So we got to see that in action.
So you guys ready to make slime? Right? You guys know what color you want your slime already? You thinking about it? All right, think about it. Because we're gonna make slime. Our slime is what's called polymer, and this slime is very sticky, it's very gooey, but it's also really fun. Just don't get anyone's hair and you'll be okay, alright? Sound good? Alright, listening ears on, right? Alright, cool. So, first thing we're gonna do, take this red vial, right over there. Take the red vial.
But I think our last little highlight there was that we actually went by the real firehouse that was used.
That's
in
right.
The
The
film,
real firehouse
so.
was right around the corner.
This is the famous firehouse from
Yeah.
Ghostbusters, just a stone's throw from where they're having the Fan Fest today.
Here in NYC.
And here, right here in New York City. And
They even decorated the ground.
yep, this is where they had that climactic scene where the containment system blows. And
To think that almost 30 years ago today, what's her name? Joanne?
30 years.
Over 30 years ago, Mary Jo from Designing Women was filming here.
I love that you just made that connection.
Rick Moranis.
That's why we're the gayest horror podcast.
What? You have any Ghostbuster memories you'd like to share?
In addition to the movie, I watched the cartoon back in the day, had the action figures. And my favorite episode was the Halloween door, where this Zealot, he's kind of like a Jerry Falwell type. He creates an anti-Halloween machine, and it violates our contract with the spirit world, so all the spirits get loose in Manhattan. And the Ghostbusters are able to stop them by telling them that Halloween isn't just about costumes and toys and candy, it's about children discovering wonder.
The devil, right?
No, the devil's
I know, I'm kidding. Well, I have to say...
But it's supremely hokey, but also wonderful.
Yeah, my only Ghostbusters memory is not being able to watch it. And then I got to watch my cousin open up all the toys on Christmas that I wasn't allowed to play with.
See, religious fundamentalists, they're the real demons.
They're the demons. But since we're sharing...
Let the wonder serve to make you bold. Touching old magic.